Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Keen's Game Podcast, episode 17. I can't believe there's 17 episodes of this shit show right here. Thank you all so much for joining, and it's almost a holiday, so happy early holidays to anyone that's celebrating Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas. Happy holidays to you and your loved ones. We're going to have a good time today. Joining me, of course, is my friend, David Castillo RPGs. How are you doing today, David?
Hey, I'm glad to be here. Congratulations, 2,000 subscribers, my man.
Yes, we just reached 2,000 subscribers today. Very big milestone for the channel. It's, I don't know why you guys watch my shitty ass content, but I really do appreciate it. Young Atticus, right off the bat, says, I will develop Brief Fantasy myself. What do you think about that, David?
That would probably end up releasing quicker if you were to do that, Addy.
Hey, Atticus, let us know if you can give us that demo if you do develop it. Just let us know. Exclusive demo. Before we get started, chat, Nexo, Coogan, Liam, H2DK, Almond Jello. How are y'all doing today? Thank you all so much for joining. This is going to be a chill stream. I've got my drinky drink right here. I am drinking apple cider and Fireball together. And I had some last night. And I was doing pretty good playing Crisis Core last night. And all of a sudden, I had to get up to go take a leak. I got up, and I was like, whoa, I put too much Fireball in that. it just hit me all at once. Mr. Worldwide! Rescue Squad Culp, how you doing? David, are you drinking anything today?
Tea.
Tea?
Yeah.
And it's not the kind of tea we have here in the South. Like, we have that really sugary kind of tea here in the South.
Oh, no, that's like mixed nuts. You know, I like these every now and then.
I know you love you some mixed nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Ayo. Gone Hunter, Dank Meme Central. How y'all doing? I heard King was pulling a David and bought a certain Final Fantasy collection.
Don't get me started. I'm mad, dude. I'm salty about that one. With shipping... That was $105 US before duty fees.
Yeah.
For no. That the 25 shipping was for you, right?
For us, it was like $23.99 shipping.
It was 44 USD for shipping to Canada.
Damn!
That's before duty fees. So that was like 75. That's like 115 USD before duty fees. Just to put things into perspective, that's almost 2 full price first-party Sony games for the standard version, if I were to import that shit.
If you pay that much, you expect like a deluxe edition or some like small collector's edition.
Dude.
So that's fucking insane. I don't care if there's 6 games in that. That is fucking insane to me.
It is. Like, I'm only missing Final Fantasy VI, which is the best one, arguably. I'm missing that one on GBA, complete in box. I have all the other ones, and I can buy it, the complete version, for the same price as that standard Switch version if I'm like combining all the fees. So, dude, I can't believe Square found a way to make me skip that release.
Well,
they
listen,
did it.
Square has been on a roll lately with making really big like games that are supposed to be making money, make them fucking flop. Look at Kingdom Hearts on Switch.
Avengers, the biggest one.
What game?
Marvel's Avengers.
What game? Yeah, moving on.
Dude, in crazy budget and terrible sales.
I got that game for free, and I still have yet to play it. Like, I could give 2 shits less. So Final Fantasy is pulling some ATLUSes here lately. They even have their, the game is, their, Pixel Remaster series is exclusive to their shitty-ass store. So that's already, I swear, Square Enix and ATLUS are communicating with each other. I swear, they are in cahoots somehow. Let's find a way to fuck up everything. And speaking of fucking up everything, let's talk about ATLUS in 2022.
That was good.
We have a list. Obviously, it wasn't all bad.
No.
But I think we have about as big of a compiled list of stuff. We are including the Persona 25th announcements in this as well. We're going to go over each one that was released in 2022 one by one. Because, that is ATLUS news. That is a big, significant ATLUS event. So we're going to count that, and we're going to
Mm-hmm.
grade them. Yeah, last year it was on a scale of 1 to 5 beers. This year we're going to sober up a little bit and do S through an F ranking for each of these. Now, be mindful, F isn't supposed to happen that much, so D is usually where it begins. So for the most trash, awful announcements, you put them in F. And of course, the best announcements, you put in S. So, and of course, at the end of it, we're going to give our predictions for ATLUS's 2023, which is kind of hard, if you ask me, to predict right now because they're kind of in a transitional stage between projects. But, we're going to do our best. David, are you ready to get this started?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
All right, guys. So, we're going to start off ATLUS's 2022. ATLUS getting a report card. Looks like they might getting left back. Oh boy, Trash or Treasure! Welcome to the channel. I watch your videos a lot. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see, ZRG, welcome. Thank you all so much for joining. We're going to start ATLUS's 2022 with, of course, Soul Hackers 2 was announced in February 2022 and then released in August 2022. We're kind of going to count that as two different things because there really wasn't much that happened between then because there was no Switch port or anything. David, if you had to give the announcement and the release of Soul Hackers 2 a grade from S to F, how would you grade it? I love the way that they announced it. I love the way they announced it.
Yeah, the announcement and the release, not the game itself.
Right, yes.
I'll give it an A, man. Reveal in February, release 6 months later, worldwide, multi-platform. Bravo.
Except for Switch.
Except for Switch. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
I'm giving it a B for that. So,
yeah.
Dude,
one second. Think about it for a second. Even though I'm the first in line crying about the lack of a Switch version for that game, to be honest, but still, ATLUS revealed a big game in February, and they released it worldwide on all platforms except one 6 months later. That's a big deal for ATLUS. I know we're kind of getting used to this, but before it was never happening. Just remember what happened with Persona 5 Scramble. That took like 2 years to come over.
So can we give it an A-?
Yeah.
How about that?
That's good.
A-, because the way they announced it was great. It didn't leave us a lot of time. They hyped it up for a while. We got to see a bunch of new stuff. At least Japan did. The marketing here wasn't that great. The game itself, you can give or take it. I love the game. Well, I didn't love it. It was very good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
And, they've added some more features since then as well, like a run button. Wow, they added a fucking run button. Whoa! But that should have been in the game to begin with. Native next-gen ports as well. That's nice to have. So we're going A- for the Soul Hackers 2 announcement and release. We're not counting how good the game is, guys. Don't worry. Now, fast forward to a little bit more into February. Last day of February, Persona 25th announcements. The announcement in February was the Persona 25th festival in Sakura Town, Japan. So a Japan-only event, and that was the big reveal for February. Thoughts on that?
Do you remember how it happened? It leaked 2 or 3 weeks prior, and we were like, "Oh, this is too ass. It can't be the February reveal. That's way too lame." Yep, it was the reveal. God damn, that one was impressive.
The way it leaked, there was a Twitter account someone found. I don't know who found that shit, but it's so funny because word spread out pretty fast about it. And it's funny because ATLUS took notice that people were noticing this, and so they changed the account to some random ass name or something and then locked it. It's some random person's
10,000 followers or something.
And no tweets.
It's Thomas123.
11 Wave, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining.
Shoutouts.
Yeah, shoutouts. Fantastic content creator, great music. I enjoy their content. So, David, I don't know about you, but people are going to say, "Oh, that's just copium because it was a Japan only event." Fuck that. I'm going F.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I'm going fucking F for that. That shit fucking
dude,
stank.
Look at your list. I have your list of reveals and stuff per month, and I'm like, This is the first 2022 reveal for the 25th year celebration of their most popular IP. Think about that for a second. Let that sink in. It's impressive.
Kukin says 25th anniversary announcement's about to give us flashbacks like a Vietnam vet.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I still wake up in the middle of the night thinking those motherfuckers announced a Sakura Town Festival instead of a P4 Golden and P4 AU pack.
We thought.
Switch. Yeah, we thought. Back in February, we found out that the P4 AU was already announced that it was getting a remaster port or whatever, and then there was something wrong with the website. It was a glitch that showed there was a Midnight Channel bundle for Steam that included P4G and P4AU. Well, they had that as well for the PS4 and the Switch version. You could see the Midnight Channel bundle for that, and that's when we thought, shit, they're going to do P4G as well. No, they didn't. You guys are the best bromance on the internet. Thank you so much. Bromance, I mean, well, it's more than a bromance. I mean, I get to stick it in every night.
Kiryu and Majima of the ATLUS community.
All right, the next announcement we have, as well that exact same night, we had another announcement that wasn't a P25 announcement, but we're going to count it right here. They announced that Persona 4 Arena Ultimax Robat Netcode is going to have a summer 2022 release. P4AU released in March of 2022, and there's no physical in the West and no rollback netcode. So the lack of rollback is something that's something, because they announced this in February that P4AU is going to get rollback netcode. Fast forward, it doesn't happen until fucking August. The game's already dead by then. So how would you
after launch, right after launch?
Yeah, you ain't fucking kidding. No one cared about that shit. I'm sorry.
I didn't bother completing it. Like, I dropped it a little over halfway through, I think.
I don't fucking blame you.
On my first playthrough.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you're going for single player, it's not the game for you. I'm just going to say. Not to say it's a bad game. How would you rate the release of P4AU with no rollback netcode and no physical in the West?
No physical in the West is a bummer. Rollback is a big deal to FGC guys. Not to me, like, at all. I really don't care. Same thing for P4AU, unfortunately. But I'm still glad they brought it back, so I'll give that a C-.
Shout out to Liam Omega. Shout out to the ATLUS Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Oh, man, we had so many Cody Rhodes memes for the ATLUS 2022. I have no idea why the alert box is not showing. Who the fuck knows at this point? Oh, there we go. Thank you, Liam. Thank you so much for your donation. Guys, it's not required to donate, of course. I do have super chats enabled for the stream now if you are so kind as to donate. But otherwise, you can sit back, relax with us, have a few laughs, and have a good time. Lewis Martins, do you think we will get announced Persona 6? We're going to get there, guys. I promise. So you gave it a C-, right?
Yeah. How about you?
I was thinking D. I was thinking a solid.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's not to say the quality of the game is a D at all. It's a good game. It's just not for me.
It's a direct port. It's the PS3 game brought back to modern platforms, and I'm giving it points because ATLUS, they were doing a shitty job porting their old games at that point. Right. It was starting to get better, so I'm giving them points because it was a first of many to come to be brought back to modern platforms. And just for that reason, I'm giving it the C instead of D. But it's deserving of a D, in my opinion, as well.
We're going to give them the D right here. Speaking of, shout out to DD Mouse.
Goddamn.
Oh, that Shadow World remix is something awful. So
Shadow World's pretty good, though. It slaps.
No, not the original. That shit sucks.
Oh.
That shit sucks worse than you last night.
I wanted to pull out the Harmonica tonight. Maybe some other day.
I don't want you to pull out tonight.
Every time that I hear that Morgana line in P5, I think about your stupid tweet.
It's time to
Things
pull out.
I never tell David. It's time to pull out. I also always think about, remember that one motherfucker on Twitter? He was dressed as Joker, and then there's this other guy in the background singing like, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun,
that's
dun,
like
dun, dun,
walking.
but it never stops. Like he runs for like 4 minutes. He's just like
Yes.
with the other guys singing in the background. That's good. That was good. That was really
good
funny.
shit. That's good shit.
I'll try to find it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. He's like running in place,
Yeah.
and they're all
Yeah.
singing the Persona 5, like you win a battle theme. Yes, I love that one. Put that in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's go to April, right quick. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim launches for Switch in April of 2022. And how many copies did it sell? It sold quite a
13
bit.
Sentinels? It did pretty well. Yeah, it did. I think it sold like just a little under what the PS4 did at launch.
And we're talking about a $60 port of a 2-year game, people. I gotta give that release. I'm going either A or B. What are you thinking?
Oh yeah, for real. I'm giving it an A, dude, just because the game itself is amazing. Switch was deserving of that game. Like this game felt like a portable game. It was initially planned for release on Vita, but due to like obvious circumstances, they canceled the Vita version of that game. So it felt like it needed that Switch version. It got it, and it's a fantastic port for a fantastic game. 60 was a little pricey, but then again, it sold really well at that price. So I get why they did it, and it went on sale pretty quickly. So I'm giving it an A for that one.
Let's give it an A because
it's worth it.
It would have been an S if they would have marketed it like at $40 or something. But
yeah,
it still sold well for a 2-year-old port. I mean, just that's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
For a very niche genre as well. So shout out 13 Sentinels on Switch. The best way to play the game, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not done with April, David. No, we are not fucking done with April. Mm-hmm. We had a Persona 25th announcement in April. And that is the announcement of the Persona concert in October of 2022. Now, we're not going to go over any other news about that yet. But at the time, I thought it was a really good announcement. I was looking forward to it.
Same.
Now that we
know
what
April,
happened,
though.
Yeah, I know. Now that we know what happened with that concert, let me just go ahead and give you. We have another one in September of 2022. ATLUS confirms that no major announcement is going to happen at the concert in October, which means no Persona 6 news. And this is after the event sold out that they announced this. Because, most of ATLUS's big announcements for Persona happens at this concert. So now that we know all of that, how would you rate this?
With the rest taken into consideration.
Yes. D.
C. D. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a concert.
I'm giving it a D.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I hate to say that. I'm sure the concert was fun. I didn't order it. I'm sorry. I don't think it was worth my money. There's other ways to watch it. But
totally fine. It's like I'm giving them points for what they did in September, though, telling us that there won't be anything is good. They saw that we were like building up expectations, and they told us like, "Hey, calm down, dumbasses." And that's good. I like it when they do that. At least we know what to expect.
But they announced it after the fucking show sold out, and they sold a bunch of online tickets for it.
Good point.
I mean, fuck that! I'm giving that shit a D. Point. Fuck that! They could suck my dick with that shit.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
Bro, like that was not shady. Fucking cool. People. I read some comments online at the time. Oh, did you really expect news at this concert? Yes, fucker, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's what the concerts are fucking for.
Would defend him.
I mean, goddamn.
Yeah.
I get that Persona 6 isn't ready. I get it, but shouldn't you have told us that up front?
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Yeah, I mean, they sold tickets. That's like some FF Pixel remasters type of business here.
Launching at 2 a.m. in the morning and selling out in 30 minutes.
Selling 13 copies of like your most popular IP of all time. A big pack of all the games physically on a cart.
Right.
Terrible.
How do you guys feel about P4G, P3P coming to Switch? We are going to get there. I promise.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We are very excited. Elise says she's excited. Which genre is niche for 13 Sentinels is just a niche genre in general. It's a strategy RPG with visual novel elements built into it.
It's an RTS. It's not really a strategy RPG. It's a real-time strategy.
Right.
Like that's in my mind, that's a different genre. It's even more niche than the strategy RPG is pretty big now with like Fire Emblem and all that stuff.
Now that that's over with, June 2022, this is when the good shit happens, all right? We go from the low of, February and April to ATLUS revealing ports of P5R, P4G, and P3P are coming to modern platforms. It was revealed at the Xbox Showcase at the Summer Games Fest, and it was confirmed for PS4, I think the next day, probably, in like a press release. And then it was also confirmed later for Switch at the Direct that happened in June as well. I'm going to be honest with you, David. That's an S rating for me.
Oh yeah, it was E3 though.
Was it? No, E3 didn't happen this year. That was Summer's Games Fest. What?
Yeah, pretty sure it was E3.
No, it was Summer Games Fest. I remember because Jeff Keighley was talking. E3 didn't happen.
It was an amazing reveal.
This motherfucker was holding his dick at the time, pissing in his toilet when it happened. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. I'm still proud of that one.
We were watching the entire Xbox showcase the entire time, and then what's his face in front? Phil Spencer said. Says something about our partners in Japan. And I told you. Wait. Your ass went off and pissed. And we have that beautiful screenshot of the announcement happening, and you just looking in on it from another room.
Yeah. You can see me like walking over, and I'm like, whoa, like crazy excited. Yeah, that was good.
S rating for that?
Oh yeah, 100%. Three games on all modern platforms, games that we've been asking for years at this point. Dude.
Hold on. I swear that happened at the Summer Games Fest.
No, I have it right here. It's E3.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it is not. What the fuck ever? Who cares? I don't care. No, ID at Xbox Summer Game Fest. Suck it, bitch. Fuck you. It was Summer Games Fest, you drunk moron. I love you.
I'm still trying to find it, but okay.
While he stumbles around and looks for that shit, we're going to move on. September 2022, ATLUS confirms no major announcement at the concert. No Persona 6 news. We already gave that a D. October 2022, the final Persona 25th announcements. What is it? It happens after the first night of the concert's over, because it was a 2-night event. And it is release dates for P4G and P3P. What do you think of that final announcement?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't even know how to grade that.
No physical.
Definitely no physical. They confirmed that from the beginning.
I'm thinking they were planning on showing Persona 6.
You think so?
Yeah.
So what happened?
You don't do a concert at the end of your 25th anniversary celebration. Which concerts for Persona are known to reveal stuff. So they planned the concert, they sold their tickets, and then 2 months later, which is 1 month before the concert, they were like, fuck, we have nothing to show. We're not ready to show Persona 6. Hey, there's not going to be news at the concert. I think they were planning on showing something. At least a teaser of some kind. They had to. The game's been in development for 3 years. And it was their 25th anniversary celebration. And yes, I know I was wrong about it being E3, my bad.
Fuck you! That's right, bitch! Oh, it was at E3! Bitch, E3 didn't happen this past year!
Yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just remembered how the snitch leaked it.
Yes.
Before. I was washing my car and you messaged me and you were like, hey, check this out, man. And then I look at the tweet and I'm like, huh. And then the more I research on that guy, I'm like, fuck, he has a 100% track record. We're going to get Persona today. And yep, it happened.
Right. Good times. But then the final announcement is literally a release date for P4G and P3P. Thoughts
Yeah.
on how would you grade that announcement? D.
I mean, the date is closer than what I figured. I remember
We're a
I was like,
month away today. A month away.
yeah, a month away today, which is awesome, which is hype. We'll talk about that a little more. But dude, January 19th. I was expecting like Persona 4 Golden in February and P3P in May or something. And both at the same time.
Beelzebub said Mid Hackers 2 gets an F. We gave it an A. A minus. Just
Yeah.
saying. Just saying. Sorry. So I would maybe a C. Kind of a whimper to go out for the final announcements.
Yeah.
But
The date's good, but it's like, why didn't you give us the date as soon as?
yeah.
Nah, I was about to say as soon as P5 dropped, but we got that date before P5 dropped too. So I don't know. It feels odd.
Now-
Not complaining about the date though.
Now, we're not done with October. It was announced in October that P5R, it releases in October at $60 port, but now you can find it like at $25.30 now.
Yeah, they dropped it very quickly. Sold a mill too.
Sold 1 million copies, it was announced. Fantastic. The release and selling 1 million, that's an S for me. Like, they knew what they were doing, and people are going to complain about the $60 price point, especially on PS5. I totally get it for PS5.
I get it.
I get it. But the fact that...
But at the same time, why would you rebuy it? It's the exact same game on the same platform. It's been 3 years. I mean, I get it, but it's like, to me, it was clear that the appeal is either a PC if you're a PC gamer or Switch. Those were the platforms. If you never played the game, you have an Xbox, well, then it's a fantastic Game Pass release. But it really, really felt to me like the PS5 version was the least interesting version, just naturally speaking. I mean, it was on that platform in 2017 when it first dropped, so I'm enjoying my time with it. I'm still playing it 100 hours in as of now. So
I still really think that they should have implemented a free upgrade or at least a discounted upgrade. I know it came with all the DLC and everything. So what happened? Okay, I bought P5R with the season pass on PS4. That should entitle you to a free copy of for the PS5 version. To me.
yeah.
To me. I mean, of course,
And
you
look
don't
at
want them to just upgrade for free if they didn't buy any DLC, if they bought the game at $10 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that
Look
at the
at,
end of the day, Atlus needs to make money.
Look at Almond Jello's message. No, not even save data transfer to PS5. That's terrible.
That fucking sucks.
Like, let's say you just want to, you like P5R, you play every now and then, you're about to get the platinum, and you're looking for that trophy, and you're like, oh, cool, I'll be able to finish my playthrough with 60 frames. Nope. Not happening.
You're still stuck at 30.
Even though if you pay the full 60, no, nothing's possible.
Trust me, I
You
still
have to
feel
replay the whole game.
I still feel kind of dirty about rebuying it for PS5, especially within at Black Friday, the PS5 Steelbook went down to $25.
Yeah.
If I would have
I
waited
wanted
a
to
month,
get I wanted to get it in the Xbox version as well, but I'm like, I can't really. I don't have room anymore, and I'm not I don't want to spend that much money on other versions. But for games like P5, I like to get all versions. I have all everything that was physically released before October. I had I had the greatest hits version of P5 on PS4, regular PS4, the Phantom Thieves edition, the Royal Collectors, the regular version, the Steelbook. I have all the versions, but now I don't have the Xbox or PS5 version.
it sucks. But it is what it is. You could get the PS5 version at a discount now if you really wanted
Yeah,
to.
I'll get it. I'll get it at some point, just not at $30.
Now, something that we didn't, and by the way, guys, if you have questions with us, drop them down in the chat.
Yeah.
We'd be happy to answer them for you. Another thing that I didn't put on this list is the ATLUS Store exclusive editions of Soul Hackers 2 and Persona 5 Royal. I did not put those on the list because, I mean, it's the common practice now, unfortunately.
Terrible.
If I had to grade that, it would be an F.
F.
That's
Big one.
Yep. And even, the treasure box that the P5R Collector's Edition came with is cool, but everything else about it is boring as fuck. I mean...
Yeah, dude, if it was fairly priced and if it was available at other retailers, I would have caught for real. Again, I have both collectors for P5R and I will never have that one. because I'm like, I'm not putting. It's over 300 Canadian with duty fees and shipping and everything.
Shipping was like $25 as well. We were talking earlier today about the Final Fantasy remasters and how much they are.
It's just as bad. It's the same thing.
You know what was even worse though? The Soul Hackers 2 Collector's Edition shipping, on top of paying $200 for the Collector's Edition, which to me, it was a better Collector's Edition than what we got for P5R. Much better. But I don't think it was worth $200, especially if you could, import the Japanese version and it's just as good for like $100 from PlayAsia.
Yeah.
That shipping, even for me here in the US, was like over $30.
It was a fixed 20. It was a fixed 20.
And no, I don't think that first one was fixed. I'm pretty sure that the P5R one was fixed. I can't remember 100%.
Well, I can't argue. I don't have any credibility anymore. After arguing about E3.
Aren't people still waiting for their collector's editions of Soul Hackers 2? I really have no idea. I think most people got them. People are still waiting on P5R, I know that much.
P5R, like most people received it this week. It's Soul Hackers 2, I got it like in time. They said it would arrive in September, and I got it late September.
I can tell you this, if people still don't have their Soul Hackers 2 shit, though, I'd be sending a fucking email every day to that ATLUS store. That shit sucks. That store fucking sucks, man.
Yeah, I just checked. It was 25 USD for shipping at that one because I bought it like a dumbass.
And see, I don't have any credibility anymore because I got it wrong. Their website, dude. Okay, we need to get rid of this whole store exclusive collector's editions. It's fucking ass.
I saw, dude. I didn't make a video about this because I'm like, I don't even want to put this in their head if they didn't think about it. And it was like, what if there was a physical version of P3P and P4G, but it's Shop ATLUS exclusive, like full price, $30 shipping, just like Final Fantasy.
Right.
This is an ATLUS move. I'm surprised they didn't do it.
I'm surprised that they didn't do it either, but at least ATLUS was upfront with us and said that these releases were digital only.
Just dumbass fuck, dude. I'm sorry, but this is terrible.
Yeah.
I wish we would get those.
If P4AU could get a Japanese physical release, why the fuck can't P4G and P3P? And
I burned my copy of P4AU physically right now to get a P4G one instead.
I'd throw both of them out. Fuck that shit. Like, P4AU's mid anyways.
I don't get it, dude. Those games are gonna do super well. And they're like, why didn't you bother? Like, I get it. P4AU sold 3 copies. But these 2 games, come on, they're gonna sell great at $20 each. Motherfuckers, come on. Am I wrong? God damn. It doesn't take a genius to realize these games will do well at 20. P4G sold $1 million on Steam in its first year. Come on.
Okay, question. How much do you think P3P is going to sell?
People are mad about P3P, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I received so many comments on my video, my before you buy P3P and P4G. And so many people were like, oh, just before you buy, here's my tip. Don't touch portable. It's ass. Like, I wish there wouldn't be party control in FES. Like, oh my God, this community sometimes is something. I mean, put a number on it. It can do 200,000 once it's all said and done.
You know,
P4G can do another 600.
Yeah, it can. Definitely. I think together in that bond, we're going to talk about pricing here in a few minutes. We got to talk about
great
pricing.
deal. Don't miss out on the bundle.
Oh boy, that's something. I still think P3P. You have something to say?
Give me 1 minute.
Okay. I think people are hating on the P3P port a little too much. Yeah, they're pretty much putting it through Waifu 2X or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. But what did you expect? Honestly, what did you expect? Did you expect a whole, remaster that like Square Enix is doing for Crisis Core right now? Square Enix is a much bigger company with a much bigger budget than ATLUS does. They have a lot more people working on this. I mean, I feel like whatever version of P3 they would have ported would have gotten some flack. But at the end of the day, we got to realize, what did you fucking expect from this port? Because obviously they weren't going to put the cash behind it that Square Enix is putting behind like a Crisis Core remaster.
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine? Same type of port for like, but Crisis Core works better. Like you want this game to look better. I'm looking at P4G and I'm like, hell yeah, I'll play this again.
Yes.
Like I don't mind the graphics or anything. I mean, what I mind is the lack of a physical version, because I'm sure the quality of these ports will just be flawless. And I don't mind the portable version of 3 being here. But I fully agree with what you just said and what Liam is saying in the chat as well. With people would have complained no matter what they did with P3.
Right.
If it was a remake, same thing. People would still cry about it for sure, because these motherfuckers are saying that P3 portable shouldn't have party control. Like, come on, give us options. At least if you don't want party control, give the option.
Right. At least has a good point. Persona 3 is not as popular or culturally important as FF7, as some people think. It's just to justify this amount of budget. I mean, I'm going to say, people are complaining about these screenshots that we're seeing at P3P. You know, I'm not trying to ride Atlus's dick right here, but what the fuck did you expect? I mean, these ports were never going to cost that much.
Mm-hmm. Plus, there's a reliable...
From the fucking commercial, from the trailer we saw at the Xbox Showcase, that's all you needed to see.
Yeah, I know. There was a reliable insider called Zippo that said it would be portable, so I don't know why you guys were surprised.
I mean, I get why that guy. God, remember Akechi spinoff game?
Akechi spinoff game?
God, that guy lost all fucking credibility.
I'm getting him on the Demon Appreciation podcast if the Akechi spinoff game is a thing.
Please. And we will apologize to him.
Oh, we will. I will, dude. I will. I'll be, hey, dude, I'm sorry.
You were right. Yeah. Zippo. You were right. The Akechi spinoff
I doubt that's going to happen, but we'll do it. Dude, I swear to God, I'll invite them.
I'll eat your ass if it happens.
Just add them on Twitter. I'll eat your asshole if this happens.
So, what are we giving? We got way off fucking track. What are we giving? What were we on? Oh yeah, the P5R release. Sells over 1 million copies. That release to me is an S. A lot of people asked for it. It sold very well, especially for a $60 port.
Yep, it's a definitive version of P5R. I don't see myself playing another version than the Switch version at this point. Playing this game portably, to me, is fantastic. Yeah. I remember, like, trying to enjoy my time remote playing P5 on PS4 because I wanted to play it portably so much, but it was kind of crusty. And when the Switch came out, it was number 1 on top of my most wanted ports to the platform on March 3rd, 2017, when the darn thing released. Like, it was always the number 1 game for me.
I remember because P5R first came out on PS4 when COVID first hit here in the West.
Yeah.
And I was desperate to get out of my fucking room. I was so desperate to get out of my fucking room. I played it remote play on my Vita so much in the living room and stuff.
Yeah.
Such a good time. And the best way, it's so great that we have this portably on the Steam Deck now because it's the ultimate way to play. Right, David?
I mean, I don't know. No regrets.
This motherfucker here bought a fucking Steam Deck, made a video of Persona and SMT games running on it, and then sold the fucker.
That was a boss move.
No, it was not. Fuck you. That's a bitch move.
He forgot to tweet me on dudes posting their wins on Twitter. That
Consumers was posting their W's.
There's like people saving children, and then there's me selling my Steam Deck.
with the thumbnails of your 2 videos that you made from it. You got your views, and then you sold that fucker.
With Alley Cat playing in the background.
I remember, I fucking helped you set up the emulators on that shit. I fucking helped you through fucking DMs on Twitter. And then 2 weeks later, you're like, oh, I got rid of it.
I'll PayPal you the ad revenue if you want it. It's not that much. Don't cry about it.
Fuck you, dude. JK, it's not a boss move. Don't encourage this shit.
She's telling you.
She is. Allie said, don't you fucking encourage this fucker here.
She bought the collector's edition of
Yeah,
the
she
Pixel
did.
Remasters.
That costs about as much as a Steam Deck.
Sorry, Jody, that was too easy. God damn.
Hey, like,
I get it though. I get it, dude. And I'm not gonna lie, I checked it. And I was like, I can't. It's too much for me. But I wish I could afford it. But that with shipping and everything, that was almost 400 Canadian.
you could still buy the Pixel Remaster Collector's Edition right now. It's still on
Let
sale.
me check. Let me check how much it is. I think it's about 400 Canadian, everything included.
The standard for the PS4 and the Switch version is sold out right now. It's sold out within like 30 minutes. At least the Switch version did. I remember waking up the next morning. I think the PS4 listing was still up, but not for long. No Xbox version. Thoughts on that?
I get why people are crying about that, but at the same time, it's a sales thing. I don't think it would do really well on Game Pass, and I wouldn't be surprised if they. I wouldn't be surprised if they. What the hell? That's euros. Okay, there's also a European store. Okay, no, I'm at the wrong place. I think they're gonna get a check from Microsoft to put it on Game Pass in a few months.
You think so?
Probably.
I wouldn't. But then again, they should have put FF7 Remake on there by now too.
Yeah, that's Sony paying to keep it away from it, I would assume.
I guess it's not worth it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I still don't think it's worth them paying to not have it on Xbox. Make it accessible. People going to make money. If you're making money, they're making money. I mean, it's good business practices all around. All right. So we gave the release a P5R and S. Last two things on the list. We're going to go over the first one. It's a pretty smaller scale topic. There's really not much to say about it, but it did happen. In November, ATLUS announced the 30th anniversary of Shin Megami Tensei. Wasn't it just a graphic and nothing else? I'm pretty sure it was just like a graphic of the anniversary and nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was just the art piece that was dropped and they said happy 30th anniversary. That's it.
We have no idea if anything's going to happen or... Well,
thank
God.
I hope so, and I think so, to be honest.
Thank God it's not another year anniversary. Like another 1 year anniversary.
I just had an idea.
Oh, God.
What if it's that DDS 1 and 2 HD remastered collection that I've been talking about forever, but there's no physical?
I'd jump off a bridge.
God damn. I can see that happening. Well, maybe that's where they start the ATLUS shop exclusive, and then DDS can undersell what P4AU did.
I guess people don't want physical anymore.
Yeah. Yep. I saw that on Twitter. Someone saying like that's going to be Square's reaction after they see the sales of the Pixel remasters at $105 each.
So, how do you get the reveal of what grade do you get the reveal of SMT 30th?
SMT 30th? I mean,
there's
the art piece is good, and I'm looking forward to some reveals. So, a C for now, I guess.
I think I have to agree because we don't know. They didn't get our hopes up or anything. They kind of left it for us as
something. Yeah, they really did. They were completely silent, and if they have a few reveals throughout next year, awesome. And if they don't, it's going to be surprising because they did something for the 25th, and SMT was way smaller back then than it is right now. Like now, it's at an all-time peak in terms of popularity with Persona and also SMT5 being in amazing success.
I'm at an all-time peak looking at you on the camera right now.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing on the list before we talk 2023 predictions and put an actual grade on ATLUS's 2022. December of 2022, ATLUS reveals that Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 Portable are going to be $20 a piece, and with a bundle for $39.49 of the two games. So you're saving 49 cents.
Window shop.
God.
Solid 50 cents.
I can't believe that. That's fucking crazy. 50 cents. I mean, what do you expect? They want to make money off of this.
I mean, they did it with P4AU, so I was thinking 35 if you buy both or something. But I don't really mind at this point. 20 each is a perfectly fine price, to be honest. That those games are more than worth $20 each. I feel like they could have gotten with 40 each if it was physical or something.
I think if they went with the physical route, sell both of them on a cartridge for $50.
Hey, dude, remember, yes, I agree, but also remember,
They're
Nocturne
remastered. Yes.
sold extremely well at 50, and it was crusty, and there was DLC.
Right. So you think they price that 60?
Yep.
I
would have been there day one, dude. Physical, 60, both on the cart, no additional download. I'm down.
Yeah, I'd pay for
Count
it.
me in.
I'd buy a PS4 and Switch version.
Yep.
Sorry, that's just a sip in me. I'm giving them that's an S rating for me. Them pricing them both at 20. Great move. It's the same price as P4G on Steam. Great move.
It worked on Steam. They're doing it again.
It makes perfect sense. All right, now let's go ahead and calculate these up right quick. Well, while we calculate this up, David, want to talk about ATLUS in 2023. I feel like they're in a transitional period between a lot of things right now. 30th anniversary's SMT 5 released just over a year ago. We're still off the heels of that. Soul Hackers 2 is gone. No Persona 6 on the horizon anytime soon. So what do you think ATLUS is going to do for 2023 after these remasters, these ports come out?
In December, 3 years ago, I read in Famitsu, someone from Studio Zero told me I would get news for Project Re Fantasy the year after. So yes, as the chat is saying, I'm thinking Re Fantasy. It's been almost 8 years since the game started development, from what was confirmed from the reveal at least. It has to be ready to be shown, anything at this point, but I'm expecting gameplay next year, minimum, a release date, and potentially even a reveal. Reveal it in reveal it in February, drop it in September. If you have a small year, if you have a bigger year, kind of like this year, even if there's ports, reveal it in February, release it in August, just like what you did for Soul Hackers 2. You can do it. Soul Hackers 2 was pretty much a new IP, and they did fine without a Switch version. So yes, Re Fantasy is what I'm thinking. I see the chat. I see you with Persona 6. We'll get to that. What do you think, my dude? Project Re Fantasy 2023.
It's hard to say. If nothing else, I think that's what they'll lean on. If there was ever a time to do it, it's now. It's now. I mean, they have nothing else in the pipeline right now. I hate to say it. It's just so hard to predict this year. We've been, like you said, we've been teased that we're going to get Free Fantasy news. I understand with COVID, that probably, got back that schedule a bit. I think it's either now or never this year. If we're ever going to get Project Free Fantasy, they got to do something this year, or it's never going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
I think it's likely that we're at least going to get some news. Likely.
Okay, and what about a release?
November, if it were to happen at the end of the year.
Okay, and what's the likelihood of that happening, like out of 10? 10 being
3.
Very likely. 3?
And a release next year, 3. Information is 7.
That's good. Okay, that's fine. And when we're saying information, I'm expecting a full-on gameplay trailer with a release date.
Right. So that's just me. Now, Persona 6 in 2023. Information,
Nope.
News, release. No,
because if they were ready to show it, we would have seen it in October.
Right.
100%.
They're obviously not ready.
They're not ready to show it.
Now, SMT 30th or any other SMT Megaton content from ATLUS.
Yeah. I think that's a sure bet.
What are you thinking?
Shin Megami Tensei 5 drops on PC and PlayStation.
Yes. I think that's a 100% certainty.
That's not super exciting to me. Like I'll play it, I'll try it, but it's not like, to me the Switch version is the way to go. It's a great version and it's portable, so I know it's gonna look better and probably run better on these other platforms.
But you know what would be great? A next gen version of SMT5.
Yeah,
on PS5,
yeah, that's
4K 60 FPS.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that would be really good. Again, not the most exciting thing to me, but I'm always down for multi-platform, so that's great. I'm thinking Soul Hackers 2 drops on Switch as well.
Yes, me too. I think that's 100% happening as well. So we got, for certainty, SMT5's dropping, Soul Hackers 2's dropping. Any Vanillaware news at all, do you think? I know that Grim Grimoire is coming out, but that's not published by Atlus. I think that's NIS, I believe. NIS America. Do you think we'll get another release of 13 Sentinels on PC? Anything?
Nope. I think 13 Sentinels on PC should have happened, but unfortunately, I also think it's too late. I feel like if the game was to get a PC port, it would have been next to the Switch version, which was 2 years after the original release when you think about it. It's September 2020 when we got it.
They had another anniversary stream like a month or two ago for 13 Sentinels.
Yep.
That's where I thought that they would release information
about what
PC port.
I tweeted on Twitter, and I was like, PC gamers, it's your last shot. That's what I'm thinking. I hope I'm wrong. It's never too late. That game, again, it did really well once it dropped on Switch. 2 years after the original release and for full price. Word to mouth is extremely powerful for that game.
Yes.
Because, those Switch numbers were impressive considering everything around the release.
One more thing that I want to discuss with you, because last year, this time in 2021, none of us fucking thought we'd see Soul Hackers 2. That was a complete surprise. So, if you were Atlus, if you were to predict one surprise by Atlus, something out of the ordinary, something that just pops up out of nowhere, just surprises us, what would your pick be?
Something likely or not?
Likely or unlikely, doesn't matter.
Devil Survivor 1 and 2 HD collection.
Yes.
Revealed and released. I feel like I'm always bringing back these games because they aged so well. You don't even, it's just like P3P and P4G. You don't have to touch them. Make them in HD, make them work on one screen, which would be very simple, by the way, and you have a fantastic game. Two fantastic games.
You know what's funny? I was going to say SMT4 and Apocalypse in one package.
That's even better, but the thing is, these two games, they need more work to feel modern. Devil Survivor 1 and 2, even though they're older, they're tactical RPGs with visual novels, sequences, if you will, on a DS. So it's easy to put them in HD. They would look well. The art style aged well, and the gameplay is also great to go back to. Like, I played Devil Survivor Overclocked, which my first Devil Survivor playthrough, and I never played 2. And when I played it, it was just pure fun the whole way through. That was in 2018, I think. Mm-hmm. So, what would be your pick? Other than SMT4 and 4 Apocalypse. Let's say you give me another one. Something more
I know something that won't happen that I would love. I would love another Raito game, but obviously they're leaving Raito in the dust right now.
Yeah.
So
I wish we would get these two back. Even more than DDS, to be honest, because I played DDS 1 and not 2. But I never played the Raito games, and I really want to play them at some point. I have them both on PS2, but if I get the opportunity to play it on something more modern, that would be insane.
Crazy pick. New Trauma Center game for the Switch.
Ooh. Yeah. If they can make it work, that would be amazing.
And they could. They could make it work.
They could. I feel like the Switch was / still is the perfect platform for this series too. It did well on Wii. It found its audience on Wii. But if you like it or not, the Switch has similarities to the Wii still. So I feel like some of the audience is there. The audience that was probably interested in Trauma Center was, yes, more like families than most Atlus titles, but still not the game that your grandma would play, right? Which is like Wii Sports, bowling and stuff. But it did really well on Wii, and it has potential on a portable machine if they can make the gameplay work.
They could make it work.
I like these games quite a bit.
They could make it work. I'm 1,000% convinced. It's just that,
I feel like
they want to bring, after the not success of Soul Hackers 2, do you think Atlus is scared to try something like that again?
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
And I know we gave the release of Soul Hackers 2 an A-, but that's not because of its sales. That's because how they did it. How they lined it up with each other. Announcement right here, it's releasing in a few months. with information
That's
in
great.
between. Fantastic.
And the game was like, it was not like this next big thing, but it was a decently fun release. Like when I played it, I was enjoying my time with it quite a bit. I liked it a lot, and speaking about it now, I kind of want to go back to it a little bit. So it underperformed, unfortunately, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like they made the wrong decision for platforms, and that really hurt them. And the lack of marketing in the West hurt them as well. And August wasn't a great time to release right after Xenoblade and Digimon Survive and a ton of big games in Japan. Like,
I still can't believe Soul Hackers 2 wasn't on Game Pass.
yeah, that was
what the
strange.
fuck is up with that? Why?
It was like put on the middle of oh my god, Target. Like it was due to fail.
Yeah, they sent that shit out to fail almost.
Yeah.
I think if a Switch port comes out, it might help it a little bit, but it can only do so much. It's not going to make it an instant, oh my god, this is sold well. They're going to have to rely on word of mouth like 13 Sentinels, and this game doesn't have that kind of staying power, I don't think. It's a good game. It's a good game. Very well put together. I like the characters. Story's good. Combat's really fun.
It deserved more time, like to polish the environments, make them more diverse and unique, and
it's almost
put more
like
budget into like.
It's almost like they released it too early.
Kinda, but at the same time, I don't think so, because when you play it, it feels great and it feels complete. But it's just like they had this time frame, and that's when they had to release it. So let's not put too much time and effort and love into the environments and how everything looks. And just like the social links, for example, like when you talk to people in the bar and stuff, it's always the same decor, it's always the same music, and it's always the same characters. Nothing feels unique. Like I'm playing P5 and I'm talking to this character in the underground walkway, and then I'm going to church with them, and then I'm going in the city with them. All of that during my social links. It's minor stuff, but it feels like it's a more unique package overall, which Soul Hackers 2 lacks in that area quite a bit,
Right.
unfortunately.
Do you think with Soul Hackers not selling that well, Atlus is going to be reluctant to try another project like this in the future, like another Trauma Center game, or something, or Devil Survivor 3, or something like that?
Yeah, I think Trauma Center is very different. So is Devil Survivor. It's hard to say with Soul Hackers because you got to remember a year prior there was a slide on the Sega Sammy fiscal report, and there was like pillar IPs.
Right.
And then there was the other slide, which was secondary IPs, which there was a lot of Sega IPs in there. And in the pillar IPs, it was like Yakuza, Monkey Ball, Sonic the Hedgehog, and stuff. And then for Atlus, there was Persona, SMT, Soul Hackers. You put it next to that. That's tough.
Ugh.
So it feels like they had decently sized expectations for it, but
Maybe if they do something like this again, they need to adjust their expectations. I mean,
if you do I don't mind this size of project. If it means we're getting one project like this every year, I'm down. Like I'm down. And then every 5 or 6 years, you give us this Persona 6 or SMT 6, Project Grief Fantasy, Catherine 2. You know, things like that, projects like that. You can take more time for these, but give us the small, like Tokyo Mirage Session, Soul Hackers 2, like in between. I'm good. That works for me. With a port every now and then.
what about Strikers 2, David?
Oh. I like Persona 5, dude, so much. But when I play the main game, I get the ending scene and I'm like, great experience. I'll put it back on the shelf and I'll move on. Like Strikers felt forced in, and as much as I had fun playing it during my playthrough, when I put it on shelf, it was not memorable.
I think you should retry it on PS5, 4K 60 FPS.
I should retry it on PS5. It's the plan. I'll try it again at some point.
It will change your point of view because
I hope
looks
so.
great. 4K 60 FPS on PS5. It's awesome. It's awesome.
I'll get it. I think it's on sale at VGP. I'll get it.
Now,
like right now.
To wrap this all up right here, we're going to give a grade. Everything averages out. Atlus in 2022 gets, drum roll please, a C+. Da-da-da-da!
It's crazy when you think about it, because They did some great stuff, but they did so much wrong too. It's like I want to give it a higher grade because playing Persona 5 Royal on Switch and 13 Sentinels on my favorite platform now. I don't know.
It was
Soul Hackers
in the
2
middle of
and
this other shit. Complete
so
shit.
much terrible moments, so much tears.
For every step forward, I feel like there was a step
They
and a half,
took
not
3.
completely 2 steps back,
They
but
took-
there was a step and a half back.
Oh yeah, easily.
Now,
Easily.
Now these Persona ports are a big step forward, if you ask me.
Yes.
And
Agreed.
how they released Soul Hackers 2, like, the plan of that is a huge step forward to me. But other than that, it felt like for every Persona port that we got an announcement after a concert was released, after everything was sold out, after they sold online ticket streaming services, knowing that we expected, an announcement. They're like, oh, no announcement. For everything like that, we got a fucking store exclusive edition that was $30 shipping on the ATLUS website, and people still don't have their shit to this day. For
That's
everything
tough.
that we got a P4AU without rollback fucking netcode that wasn't implemented until 6 months after the game's fucking death. I mean,
Crazy when you think about it.
that's just me. Do you think C+ is a good grade?
I think it feels a little too low to me, but at the same time, again, as we said, so much was done wrong that I'm like, that's what they deserve at this point. I feel like it's a fair grade, unfortunately. As much as it pains me to say that, it feels
As great as
like,
the ports are.
yeah. And I'm looking forward to Persona 3 and 4, even though I'm not necessarily going to play a ton of them day one. I'm still excited to finally have them on my favorite system, ready to be played at any time, and I'll support them on day one for sure. No questions asked.
No questions asked for me either. It's just like I said, for every step forward this year, it felt like there was a step and a half back for ATLUS.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. David, thank you so much for joining me on this podcast. It's a pleasure to have you on, as always. I think you're pretty much my co-host at this point, but I appreciate you. Merry Christmas to you in a few days.
Yeah, you as well, dude. Thank you.
We got to end this because it was just David's birthday recently. So, of course, I've got to sing Happy Birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I'll take it.
Happy birthday, dear sexy. Happy birthday to you. Now put on Jeremiah, birthday sex. Alexis,
and that's
play
how we're going
birthday
to
sex.
end it.
Alexa, play birthday sex.
Miss 305, please.
Mr. Worldwide. Oh, Demi Crow, before we go. Sad no P5D Royal Dancing Spotlight HD 2D remaster.
Oh my god, HD 2D Pixel remaster port? I'm good.
Let's forget about P5D.
Hell yeah.
Happy holidays to you that celebrate. If you don't, hope you have a great rest of the year, and we'll see you in 2023. See y'all later.
Bye.
Out.